Hello, this is Dr. Muhammad Ataullah, Senior Consultant Physician working at Care Malakpet Hospitals. Today I will discuss something about what is called as glycemic index. Glycemic index is nothing but an entity when you give about 100 grams of glucose to a patient, how much amount of blood sugar rises in the blood is called as glycemic index. Like the glycemic index of glucose powder is 100. So this is what it means is, suppose if you consume a food which has a high glycemic index, the amount of increase of blood sugars will be very, very high. So when blood sugars increase in the blood after consumption of a particular type of food, if the glycemic index is very high, say about 80 or 90 or even 70, it causes a very high amount of blood sugar in the blood after 1 or 2 hours after consumption. And these high blood sugar levels in the blood, they hit the endothelium of the vasculature, and they are detrimental to the blood vessels. And ultimately these patients who consume foods which have high glycemic index are more prone for atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, as well as situations like you have the heart attack or paralysis or even peripheral vascular disease. So as far as possible, any patient, any person should consume diets which have low glycemic index, which means to say that low glycemic index is about 50 to 70. So you have to consume foods which have low glycemic index so that the blood sugar levels do not go up too high, so that the endothelium of the blood cells is prevented from atherosclerotic damage, and ultimately the patient can get prevented from heart attacks, cerebrovascular accidents like paralysis, or even peripheral vascular accidents. So this is an important concept which is coming these days, and taking a mixed meal containing lots of fruits and lots of vegetables and lots of legumes is extremely important. Foods which contain high glycemic index are sugars, jaggery, honey. All these have high glycemic index. In fact, some fruits also have very high glycemic index. Like take for example the fruits like mango, fruits like custard apple, fruits like chiku. All these fruits have high glycemic index. Even banana has a very high glycemic index. So all these fruits are detrimental to the health, and as far as possible you have to prevent consuming these foods which have high glycemic index, so that your blood sugars do not exceed beyond a certain limit and you are prevented from cardiac complications.